Sensei Cisco here. Today we'll be discussing soft blocks, or more to the point, footwork. At the intermediate level, once you've learned how to deliver a block, intercepting somebody's strike and deflecting, we now want to focus a little bit on the legs. How do we get ourselves out of the way instead of moving the attack from us? Now, the first key to this is being light on our feet. So we want to be able to warm up our legs before we do any sort of exercise. A good way to do that is simply to do some quick running steps. Now here you're going to come up onto the tips of your toes. Your heels aren't really pushing the ground. You're not looking to stop. Instead, you're wanting to get light on your tiptoes and hold up, hold up, hold up, just to wake up the legs for movement. Now, after you've done this for a minute or two, we're going to go into a triangle step drill. Now, for this, we want to find a corner or any spot. You can use tape to mark a starting point, and then come out at 45-degree angles. Now, if I'm standing at my proper attention stance, that's good. My feet are already pointed in a V. So I'm going to follow the right leg out to the corner, bring it back, left leg, and back. Right, left, right, left. Just working this trade-off. And notice, I'm also staying low here. I want to use my stances. Again, this is a warm-up, work the legs as we move. My center line is going to shift on each of these steps. So I'm not keeping the same one spot, stepping forward. I want to step to the side. This way, an attack that would be directed down the middle passes off to my side. Now, once we run this a couple times, you're starting to feel a little nicer, a little looser. Now we can go into our stepping. Now, based off the same triangle motion, we're going to take a few different kinds of steps. First one, I want to put my left foot on that start position. My right foot at the back. So you're kind of normal fighting position, fighting stance. If you need to double check it, take your back knee, drop it in. If it touches the side of your heel, you've got a good distance. Now we want to stay up on our tiptoes, not super tall, but our weight is being placed into the balls of the feet. This will keep you loose and mobile. If we're flat-footed, leaning on our heels, it's a bit harder to move around because you're kind of lumbering on each hip. But up on your tiptoes, or placing the weight on the front, this will allow you to glide more effectively, and that's what we want in a soft block. We want to move almost effortlessly like water on a shoreline. Now our first step, I'm going to take that original angle that we had from our V shape. So I know my stopping point is over here. I'm going to take my starting point, and I'm going to step out to that position. Now if I had, say, a heavy bag, I'm going to have that placed here in front. So I'm squared off with the bag, maybe hit it a couple times, and then I step off the side. I should be close enough for my elbow to still make contact, or maybe an uppercut, strike. But the main idea is I'm off that center line again. Here we're lined up. Now my chest is offset by a few inches. This will allow any sort of straight attack to miss. Now we can do our hands with this as well. Throw in an inside block, for instance, to help deflect and guide us in. We can take a low block as we come across. And then we can also follow this up with a back step for 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Now I'm in a southpaw fighting position. Weight on the toes. Our second transition will be a slide or side step For this, I'm going to draw my feet together. When they draw up, I'm going to take my back foot, I'm going to pull it to my front foot, so my weight's going to shift onto the front side for a moment. As I draw, my heels turn out. This way my body shrinks down. Small targets are much harder to hit. So here I'm a little wider. Center line is on this ankle. As I draw across, we're just off center. I'm then going to take my front leg, shift out to the left corner we had designated during that corner step drill. And now I'm offset to strike the pad or the opponent. So once again, draw up to the front, turning the toes in to the center, and pushing out from that position. A good shikarachi here for a placement. This we can turn into different Zaikutsu's, activating the hip for the strikes we want in the future. So, the draw, the step, draw. Very good. The third motion is going to be the draw but reversed. For this, we're going to take the back leg, and as we draw it up, instead of turning the toes inwards, I'm going to take the back foot and bring it to the front and turn it outwards. So now I'm going to lead with the back hip. Again, we have our center line here. As the target comes down, we're just missing it. I tend to like to use a low block, thumb side here, say to catch a front kick or deflect a strike. I'm then going to take my back leg. My new back leg was my front leg. Step out with a cross step. Now, depending on the technique you want to build from here, there's many different cross steps you can do, but for our soft block routines, our intermediate ranks, this step is going to come out in front. Very similar to, say, the we've got an itch, moate on the third move. So you're going to step out in front, similar to a fighting position, but with your knees aligned. This way you can turn on those toes for a strong Zenkutsu reverse punch. Okay, Zuge. So we'll draw up, toes are out, cross step, and return to the opponent. Now, I can hear you what you're saying. This motion, coming straight up, is much quicker. I can get to my target right away with that. Why would we want to do all this spinning around? Well, to that, I give options. Maybe we're just trying to escape. We're trying to get past our target and run away. Perhaps they're throwing a kick. This sets us up for that catch. I can catch a front kick and go into a takedown. It simply opens more options to us. Each one has their strength. The slide, yes, is going to be a little quicker, but the rotation has all that power. So, pick and choose. Use what's best in the situation. Our last set of footwork at the intermediate level is the drawback. Now, if we take back to our very first position with this beat, I'm going to start in a fighting position. Now, these drawbacks that we were doing before, this is the same motion. I'm drawing together before I shift down. So even here, we were practicing the drawback we're going to use for this fourth technique. Keeping that beginning position, this is going to be my home base. I'm going to draw to a cat stance, shrinking my body back just about 4 to 6 inches. This will allow a target strike to come in and end just before your chest. Now, this is a game of inches that we're playing with. You need to be able to address the size and reach of your opponent, as well as understand that your feet need to be open to start this. If you're starting with your feet already closed, there's nowhere to retreat to. My body can't pull back. So having a proper fighting position gives me a lot of space from here to here. That's almost a full arm shank, forearm distance. If we keep in mind that our opponent's strike is going to pass through their target, think about breakboards, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches, or 3 to 6 inches, depending on the system you study. You're going to look at about that much of their arm will go through you. After they make contact, they're going to push to about your spine position. This will cave in, that's where they get that knockout of the wind, roll back of the head, and so on. So all we really need is a similar 3 to 6 inch drawback. Now their strike should end right here on the surface of your chest or your belt. The power will already be diffused as they were trying to strike here and then follow through to here. So this one takes a little more practice, and you've got to be able to address the size of your opponent. If they have very long arms, a short draw isn't going to work. A full step may be needed, or a pre-step to get that little extra bit of room. But we're going to draw to a cat and return out. Draw to a cat, draw to a cat, draw to a cat. So we're only coming about halfway to that full switch. Draw halfway and return. Now for the technique, say for your examination, intermediate levels, we're going to be adding to this a corkscrew. So as you draw back, front foot draws, cat stance, shifting, twisting on your toes, so that your toe, knees are in line with that front heel. Draw, drop the heel. Draw, drop the heel. And there you go. These are our 4 positions, 4 sets of footwork for the intermediate CMA soft block routines. Quick review. From an attention stance, bend the knees, warm up the legs by touching the corners. Get used to being low and shifting your stances. Pump the knees to make sure you're on your toes. Don't slam your heels into the ground. Be soft, be light. First motion, step through, step back. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Second motion, draw up. Pull with the toes in and draw out. Third motion, draw in with the toes outwards. Cross step. And fourth motion, draw back. Go to cat, shift the corkscrew. And there are your sets of footwork at the intermediate level. Looking at blue belts, I really want you guys focusing on these positions. Make sure you have your angles and distances strong. And in the next video, we'll add in the hands. How are we deflecting, rotating, and redirecting an opponent while also using the feet to dodge. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you for joining us.